Welcome back everybody to this tool-assisted speedrun, where we're saving all of the fleas with as little completion as possible, while also getting true ending as long as we're there. So we just finished out our little detour in the slab here. We're going to have to come back here later for the Broodmother quest, but now we can continue and complete our Mask Maker delivery. So Mount Fae is a lot more fun when you have wings, because you can skip quite a bit of stuff. You might remember that when we came through here earlier, we were able to do a cocoon skip. But now we're just able to use our wings to bypass a lot of things that otherwise we would have to go through. Now we are going to have a little bit of fun through here, because we need to, first off, save a flea. Fun little sequence through there. And the flea is up here, which we can save pretty efficiently. Little snare center drop there. And now we get to climb out this way, which is of course the intended way to leave this room. Just a few perfectly safe pogos there. Ironically, this area is actually slightly more awkward than the pogos were, I think. But now we get to go visit Mask Maker after just a little bit more wings movement here. This is a fun one. Be able to skip a little bit there. And then we turn in our package. So now that we finished this one, we only have 2 deliveries left to go. And the next delivery is a particularly fun one. We're going to be taking a package all the way to Fleatopia. And we're going to have an interesting time there, because as long as we're going to Fletopia, we might as well do Bile Water. Because we're going to have to fight Groal anyways and get the soul there, so we'll just fight Groal during the delivery. Gotta wake him up. One interesting thing to note is that the deliveries that are available are actually randomized. So obviously TAS is able to manipulate RNG so that it gets the deliveries that it wants. For human runs, things get more complicated because you might not get the delivery you're looking for, and you might need to adjust your routing accordingly based on what you actually get. Once again, we go through this room. This is the last time we have to come through here, thankfully. I don't think we come through here in Act 3. And then we do the skip again. We go through this arena 5 times and we never fight it. I think it's 5 times. So now we're going to head into Sinners. And in Sinners, we are going to do a couple things. We need to open up the cage to the Green Prince, because we're going to do Verdania later. We can't do the King Khan and the Coral area, because that is 8%. So we actually leave the room and re-enter, because it puts Timothy up here in a better position in order to do this skip. If we approach from below after opening the reason we did that is that we needed to get the map flag for Chakra there. So we have to have been flagged as having visited Chakra, and moving that far into the room was far enough. But yeah, the reason we left the room is that if we were to just go directly up, Timothy would have been in a bad position. This is a fun little room. Very awkward for human play, because those roach keepers are very unpredictable. There's a flea in here. There's actually only 2 fleas left for us to save. We are going to go ahead and grab the shard bundle, because we are going to need those for the Bone Bottom quest later. And now we're in Bile Water, everybody's favorite area. It does have a lovely soundtrack, though. And of course we have to wait for the Awooo. Awooo! One fun thing about Bile Water is that the enemies are very random. There are a lot of set spawn locations, but which locations actually have enemies is heavily randomized. Which makes it challenging to run as a human, but gives us some flexibility as tasks. So now we need to buy all of the maps. This is a requirement for the Trails End quest. And so we visited Chakra and all the locations we needed to. And now we just buy all the maps. And this will unlock Trails End when we go and turn in the courier quest when we head back to Belhart later. Truly riveting gameplay. The other thing you might have noticed there is that we didn't get the tutorial for picking up a map for the first time. And that's because we picked up that map in Weed Nest Atla earlier. That prevents the tutorial. Some fun movement through here. We're able to do some thorn stands to get a jump off of there. Get around. This is also a fun one. You can just barely reach that. And now we're heading on our way to Groal. I'm sure many people are very familiar with this run back. We're taking the advantage to get a fair amount of silk off these guys, since obviously it's nice having silk for movement. Awooo! And that was the last of the fleas that we needed to save. Yeah, this is an awkward fight. They spawn on opposite sides of the room, and since we don't have dash, it's awkward to move between them, but the grapple does help quite a bit. You can pogo this thing. It's safer to just go to the corner of the room, but that's no fun. We're going to set a few traps for Groal. Those two hit him. And then we can set another one. Those two hit him. That alone did quite a bit of his health. And then this last one, sadly, we're not going to hit Groal with because he doesn't go over there. But it will hit one of the other enemies later. That's it. Not so great, is he? Now we wait forever while the trolliest bench in history slowly spawns. This bench is awful. It's just... I can't believe those people at Team Cherry created that bench there. Created that slow animation for it. So now, we are going to head up to Fleatopia, which thankfully, we have a nice little shortcut that we opened. Get a little bit of soap while we're here. And here are all of the fleas that we've saved. We're gonna get a shark pouch, and then we're also gonna get the egg of Flelia. And that's the last we'll see of them for now, but we are gonna come back later on in Act 3 to celebrate with them. Coming up next, we've got one more boss to fight, and then Grandmother Silk. Thanks everybody for watching. See you soon.